What up, sports world? It's just boxing here. Callum Smith warns Canelo, "You must beat me to become the number one at 168 pounds." Callum Smith says Canelo Alvarez will need to beat him in order to become the number one fighter at super middleweight. Canelo, who's bringing in a record of 53 wins and 1 loss and 2 draws with 36 knockouts, is expected to return to the 168-pound division following his 11-round knockout win over WBO light heavyweight champion Sergey "The Crusher" Kovalev last Saturday night in Las Vegas. But Callum Smith is just as big as Kovalev, but stronger and in his prime. Unlike Sergey Kovalev, Callum doesn't have a stamina or a chin problem. Callum Smith is bringing in a record of 26 wins, 0 losses, and 19 knockouts. He's viewed as the best fighter in the super middleweight division by many fans. But last year in September, Smith won the World Boxing Super Series tournament in stopping George Groves in the 7th round in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Callum overpowered a very good fighter in George Groves. Although the 29-year-old Canelo hasn't yet revealed what his plans are for his next fight in May 2020. But he's expected to return to the 168-pound division where he holds the WBA's secondary super middleweight belt that he won on December 15, 2018 in stopping champion Rocket Fielding, who brought a record in of 27 wins and 1 loss at that particular time and had 15 knockouts, but in the 3rd round at Madison Square Garden in New York City. If Canelo does return to the super middleweight division, he's not expected to tangle with Callum Smith. And that's a bad matchup for the 5'8" Canelo due to the size, power, and skills that the 6'3" Callum possesses. But the fact that Canelo chose to fight WBA secondary 168-pound champion Rocky Fielding rather than Callum last December showed clearly the respect that he has for him. A third fight between Canelo and former IBF and IBO, WBA, and WBC middleweight champion Gennady Golovkin is a strong option for the Mexican star. The Zone wants to fight, and a decent amount of boxing fans would be interested in seeing them fight again. Golovkin would probably need to move up to 168 pounds for the third fight with Canelo to happen. That shouldn't be a problem because Triple G fought Steve Rose at a catch weight of 164 pounds last June, and he stopped him. But Callum Smith would be a great fight for Canelo, but he's got better options against Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders, and those are the guys that Canelo would have a better chance beating than a Callum Smith. The 6'3" Smith would be defending his WBA defending his WBA middleweight title. I had it right the first time against the number 1 WBA John the Gorilla Ryder, who's bringing in a record of 28 wins and 4 losses with 16 knockouts. But this month on November 23rd at the Echo Arena in Liverpool, England. This fight doesn't mean much for boxing fans outside of the UK, as Ryder, who is 31 years old and is very unknown, and he's beaten by mostly domestic level fighters during his career. But for the UK, they love the Callum Ryder matchup. Ryder has previous defeats against fighters such as Rocky Fielding, Nick Blackwell, and Jack Arnfield and Billy Joe Saunders. But Ryder's loss to Saunders was a narrow 12-round unanimous decision defeat in September 2013. The scores were 115 and 114, 115, 113, and 115, 113. Saunders has gotten better in the last 6 years, and it's quite possible that Ryder would lose badly against him now if they were to fight. The only way that Ryder can get a second fight against Saunders if he beats Callum Smith on November 23rd, and the prospect of him doing that are very slim. But Callum has too much size, too much power, and too much skills, and youth is going up against the 5'9" Ryder. But Ryder has had a very good career of ups and downs, and he's probably one of the biggest ups of his career now. But so that's all I have for this here. Canelo is not going to fight any top guys at 168. Like I said, there's been rumors of him not staying at the 175-pound division. Like everyone knew that he wasn't. He just went up there and took the fight against Sergey Kovalev and won the WBO belt. And it's like he's gonna be a one-hit wonder at 175 and possibly move down to 168. He might move down to 160, but I don't know. It's like a cat and mouse game dealing with Canelo Alvarez. He pick and chooses what division he wants to get into, or get out. So this is It's Just Boxing. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, to smash that bell icon to get new videos that's coming your way. It's Just Boxing, and I'm out. Peace.